Hey guys, it's Young Wealth. Now today we got to talk about ICP because this right here, this dip that ICP is on is terrifying for the average retail investor. I'm just got to be honest with you guys. I know there's a lot of people that they brought all the way up here. Like I've seen people saying that, oh yeah, I brought now, and it was at like $17. So some people are terrified, some people are stressed out thinking, damn, my whole life savings just went down in the space of like a few months. Okay, it's split in half in the space of a few months. You got to understand, I've experienced, let me just make sure my microphone's on real quick. Yeah, the mic's running and working. I've experienced dips of like 50% splits before, and it recovered past a 50% dip. Like it recovered to a new all-time high in other coins, like in the past bull run. And even in 2019 with XRP, like I experienced, even that's when I was holding XRP, I experienced a big dip from 65 to like 24 cents or some stuff like that, and then it went all the way to like damn near $2. So at the end of the day, sometimes it's all about, there's a wave. Crypto works in waves, right? Now, who can actually hold their breath underwater the longest? That's what it's all about. Who has the mentality to hold their breath underwater the longest? And what I mean by that is, when you're getting drowned by dips and dumps, you got to understand that that's when you ask yourself, is this technology capable of actually recovering? Is it technology that's actually gonna be, does it have a long-term vision? Do they have a long-term plan where they can have their infrastructure embedded in the economy? Is it like that? Yes or no? Because if the answer to that question is yes, then you have nothing to worry about. Like, this coin will be perfectly fine. Like, you got to understand that it's a coin with a market cap of 3.8 billion, right? It was once around 5 to 7 billion, but you got to understand that there will be a lot of people taking profits at these price points. And of course, if you bought in at $2, you might panic and think, okay, $8 is a 4x. I'm gonna have to actually take the quadruple that I actually have, right, and make that money. Because at the end of the day, people get panicky when things start to drop and they think, I might as well take my profit. They think it's gonna drop more. But at the end of the day, if you're a long-term investor, you're a long-term holder, it don't matter what price action does in the short term, because we know once the catalyst arrives, once the catalyst comes to ICP and it comes to the entire crypto market, we know that at the end of the day, ICP will be perfectly fine and ICP will bring multiple X's. I just gotta be honest with you guys, and the more you accumulate, the more you're gonna make. So what am I doing right now? I actually put $500 into ICP. That's gonna be my last investment into ICP. After that, I'm not really actively buying it no more. I feel like I have enough to the point where I can make a decent amount in return if I hold it long term. Even if I sell at the tops in 2024 or 2025 and buy back in the bear market, I feel like either way I could do very well. So at the end of the day, I'm just waiting on a moment to set up my targets, my multiple targets I have, because you gotta understand, you should take profits in pieces on the way up, not just at one point, okay, not just at one position. Because if you take it at one position, now you are kind of playing a risky game, because at the end of the day, it might not reach that position. So what you do is, okay, it went up at 5x, let me take a little bit off the table. Just you keep taking bits off the table. Like, I'm not saying you have to see the full amount for table early, but no, take little amounts of profit, because sometimes there'll be other coins that are low, and then you can put the profit into them coins that are low and make another multiple with a different coin. That's what I'll be doing. Because I'm gonna make a video on this, but someone said in the comments, like, you must be stressed out that you actually sold your XRP for ICP and bought ICP at $12. I said, no, I'm not stressed. I've been in this market for years. This is nothing new. I've been in this market since 2019. This dip right here is nothing new. And I feel like at the end of the day, you got to understand that when you're in crypto, you have to be able to actually understand that nothing goes up in a straight line and you're not going to get rich quick. They want you to believe, oh, your crypto's a get rich quick scheme and stuff like that. But majority of people don't get rich quick. Majority of people lose their money quick. That's what happens. So at the end of the day, once you understand that the slow and steady wins the race, the slow and steady mindset, the turtle's gonna win eventually. That's what you have to believe in. Because yeah, you can get into the meme coins, make a couple plays, but you might lose that money. But when you get into plays that seem to be boring right now, these are the official plays that billionaires and millionaires will talk about on their YouTube channels and their interviews when crypto gets regulated, okay? All these other coins will no longer exist. So how billionaires talk about Nvidia stock, how they talk about GME, how they talk about what other Amazon stock, how they talk about all these Tesla stocks. Well, when the billionaires get attracted to cryptocurrency on a public scale where they actually speak about and push crypto, then at the end of the day, that's when regulations here, and all the coins that have no use or actually are scam coins, they will no longer be here. But you can take advantage of the coins that are no longer going to be here for the short term, but in the long term, ICP is going to outrun all of those competitors that can't pass the regulatory clarity phase. So I'm just prepared for the future because I believe in crypto, and I believe crypto could last at least 50 years. It'll probably be in the next 50 years because it's so ahead of its time already, and it's like something that cannot be destroyed. It's like one of the most self-custody things you can have on this world. Like, you can actually use crypto and use a crypto credit card without having to go and send it to the bank. So there's so many ways that crypto is going to help people financially that I do believe it has a place in the financial future, and it will be a financial instrument for a while, if you ask me, because once we know Bitcoin is like being compared to gold, and actual billionaires are pushing this, and billionaires and billion-dollar companies are actually involved in this, just understand when they get to grasp crypto a lot more, ICP will be a coin that a lot of these big companies want to push, and eventually it will probably have its own ETF. So we just have to wait and see with these things, because at the end of the day, nothing comes quick when it's a good thing. Like, you have to understand, if something goes up quickly, it'll most likely go down quickly, depending on what the investment is. But when it comes to ICP, it had a little rally. It's still like a decent amount from its lows, but I do believe in the bull run, that's when we can take advantage of these dips right now. Because like, literally, you can buy twice as much for the same price. Just think about that for a second. It was at a $17 high, so you can buy a bit over twice as much for the same price you would have brought out at $17. Just think about it for a second. So if you had $600, you could buy, instead of, let's just do the math real quick. It was at 17, right? So 600 divided by 17, okay? I times that, I'm blind. 600, right? Divided by 17. You would have had 35 ICP. Now when we actually put 600 into the actual equivalent, okay, the converter over here, now you can buy 72. So you see how that works? Last month and a half ago, you could only afford 35 ICP with $600. Now you can afford 72 ICP with $600. See how you can take advantage of these things? You know it's going to recover and blow past its local high. It's local high that it made. You know it's going to blow past $17. It's just a matter of time. So if you take advantage of these actual dips, you're making a quick double when it decides to actually do a revert. It decides to actually do a recovery. So at the end of the day, I hope you guys understand that people will always turn against coins that move slow until they start moving fast. So when you see people in the comment section, ICP is going to like 0, you see people in the comments saying ICP is trash, it's not going to go nowhere, just understand those same people are going to be very quiet once it hits like $150. They're going to be thinking, I wish I actually bought and stopped being ignorant to the fact that this is great technology. But I'm not going to keep talking about it, because we have to understand that I have more videos to make on different topics, and we're going to continue to grow, continue to grind, continue to post videos daily as much as we can. I want to say a shout out to all the supporters that watch my ICP content. I really appreciate the support. If you guys enjoyed the video, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back with more content later on. Peace.